inside Thursday night. How's it going? Alright, strip back, good crack, multi-trade podcast. Share the knowledge you know, help to make our sector grow. Everybody's learning from experts and the journeyman. Insights.
Right, we're back again, season 10, episode 2, and we've got another good one. We've got Cian Doyle joining us in the studio here. He's an actor, he's a screenwriter, and he's got a story to tell, and we're really looking forward to hearing it.
Yeah, really looking forward to jumping in. It's one of those stories from past to present, and really looking forward to jumping into it with Cian.
Yeah, before we get going, we just want to say a massive thank you to our sponsors, Snickers Workwear Ireland and N2 Electrical here in Ashbourne for housing the podcast. Without further ado, Keith, I think we'll just jump in.
Let's jump into it. Yeah, all good, yeah. Do it.
Happy days.
Cian, where's my mic? Where the fuck?
Where are you, Mike?
Yeah.
Who's Mike? Cian, what's the crack?
How are you? All right.
How are you keeping?
All good, Keith.
Thanks for coming into us.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on, yeah.
Yeah, no delight to have you,
It's a
lad.
great experience, yeah.
Graveyard shift tonight.
Yeah.
Had a good one there. Got the bus up.
Yeah, I got the bus up, yeah, the 105 there from the leak, yeah. It's grand. 20 minutes up the road.
Hopped the back wall there.
Yeah, nearly bust myself, yeah.
So you done that a few times.
yeah.
At least you got up over the wall. I'd be struggling now, I would.
It was a good landing all the same.
Oh, yeah.
Stuck the landing, did you?
Yeah.
Stuck it.
Why'd you give it an 8 or a 9?
7.5. Look, like as I said before, we had the cameras rolling. We've had an eclectic mix of guests on this podcast, from poets to boxers to singers to the standard tradie. But like that, you know, when you see people reaching out to you online and you get to see their work, or you get to see what they're doing in life and what their journey is and their backstory and stuff like that, that's what it's all about for us. It's about meeting
100%.
new people, hearing their story, and then allowing other people to potentially hear that then. And you know, if it's 2 to 10 people that, you know, listen to
Yeah,
it, take something
100%,
from it, that's what it's about, you know?
Yeah, it's all about helping someone, do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
giving your story to someone else and seeing if that'll help them, like, or inspire
Exactly,
them to do
yeah.
something, you know?
They'll have some similarities, or,
Yeah.
you know,
We did
gone
the
through something
searches,
similar.
didn't we? The search is type in the name, and then like obviously then you go onto YouTube where you see like the social media page, and
Yeah, that's it.
you know, you've got the trailers out, or the
trailer for Bereavement.
Bereavement, and so I think that's a good place to start on, like, because it's something that you're doing now in life.
Yeah, it's
It's
the current,
something that's your passion project, you know?
yeah, it's the current project I'm at the minute, and I'm waiting on a release date. I'm waiting on the audio to be fixed up, so that is being ready in a few weeks. Do you know, people keep asking me when it's out. Like, like, to be fair, like, I wrote the first draft over 2 weeks at Christmas. The first draft was done by the 1st of January. And then by April, the first weekend of April, we start filming.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how it all came about, to be honest. It is just...
A whirlwind.
Yeah. It blows me away sometimes how it all just came together. How I was able to get a cameraman, write the script, get a producer, do the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Like, I said, I was so scared to ask people for money for my film. And the amount of support they got was incredible.
Isn't it amazing?
It's great when you do that, yeah.
But like people being afraid to ask for support, like of something that could potentially actually, you know, open up a conversation, or, you know, open up an idea of what especially men like are actually feeling during those moments of bereavement, like, which is tough, like, you know what I mean, because we do go inside ourselves, and there is 2 sides to it, like, you know what I mean. There is the, you know, chin up, take it and be the rock, you know what I mean, and then there's the other side of it where you inside are crumbling, like, you know what I mean, and you need that support. Like, so to have a story being developed and being put out there for people to watch, and actually then start to think about what their own emotions are, if they were in that position, or maybe they potentially were before, you know.
Like, that's it. Like, I wrote the story kind of like, it's based on my life. It's based on the 2 sides of my life, but the common denominator is grief. So, like, I lost my mum last July, and it came into my idea that I was like, right, let's write a script, make a film about grief. But, like, right, so how do we do that, right? Well, there's 2 sides to grief. there's the destructive avoidance side, and then there's the reach out for support, get help about your grief. Do you know what I mean? And that there's two characters in the film. Lee Cawley plays the brother who goes and gets support and goes to counselling and bereavement therapy and stuff like that. And then there's me, who plays the avoidant, destructive behaviour of drinking and doing drugs, like, and in denial. What are you on about? Like, I don't have feelings. Like, do you know what I mean?
You felt both sides of that.
I done it. Like, that's it. Like 3 years ago, I was in the bin. My head was in the bin, and like, I was just lost. And I think it started from like, I think my wild years started from 18. Like, it was more like recreational from, I'd say, 14 to 18.
Yeah.
And then it just started to develop a problematic behaviour from 18 onwards. You know, so like that's what the film's about. Obviously, my character's drinking and doing the drugs and not channeling his emotions or feelings, and he's fighting with the brother, and he's like, "What are you crying for?" and all this, and then eventually at the end of the film, he does get the help he needs. Like, I'm not gonna spoil too much of it, you know what I mean? But I'm hoping that it comes out in the next few weeks. The trailer's out already, so that it got good feedback and stuff.
That's great. Yeah. It's one of those that it catches your eye straight away as well. It gets you thinking.
People can resonate with it. You know what I mean? It's gripping. It's in your face. It touches your heart. Like, it's real. You know, I don't make fake stuff or imaginaries or sci-fi or any of that. Like, I make real stuff.
You were talking about how quick it came about. Like, what was the process that you had to go through to actually get it to where it is now? Like, you know, like, say you started on the Christmas it was written. Yeah. Was your vision to actually have it gone out, or was it something that you just started writing?
I just started writing it. I just started writing it. Like, I had been writing other stuff before Bereavement.
Yeah.
And I did go to college to do TV and film production. One of the modules is script writing.
Yeah.
So I knew how to kind of like structure a
together,
script. Do you know what I mean? So the idea just came to my head, and I was in work one of the days at Christmas time, and it was quiet, so I was just typing away, and it's just like, it just came flying at me. Now, it's hard to write something that sticks, but this stuck, and I have something else that is stuck as well, but I've came away from that to just focus on one thing at a time.
Yeah.
So I can get impatient, and I'm just like, right, on to the next one, Yeah. But this Bereavement, because it struck such a chord with me, and it was so personal that, like, I
just felt it.
I just felt it.
There's that, you know, obviously the love of acting and writing and getting something down on paper and turning it into something real. Does that then give you, you know, a push to develop you more than to, you know, expand your own sort of vision of what you could be as an actor or potentially director or screenwriter? Like, does it have to wait now, do you think, for this to cook and come out before you can actually think of that, or you're already thinking ahead? Like,
it's mad. Like this time last year I was just an actor, and now I'm a writer and director. Like, and like I'm a producer because I produced my own film. Like, and it's a short film. Like, and people keep saying to me, make a feature, make a big film, turn Bereavement into a big film, develop the story, go back even further.
But the Bereavement as a short film has to be sort of put out there, and it has to be allowed to sort of grow, doesn't it, in people's ideas, and then that could get potentially picked up then to be. Yeah, like we were only talking about it, weren't we? Like, before we came in today, like it's nearly an opportunity you're putting out there for people to, you know, get an idea of what something could potentially turn into.
Yeah, of course. Like, I want to collaborate with other people and like other people's stories. Like, there's a guy called Dave, and he's writing Nanny K's at the minute. Yeah, it's a feature-length film.
We've had him on, didn't we, Dave? Yeah, Dave and
yeah. He's
trade counter that.
Yeah. Like, he's incredible. Like, he's actually incredible. Like,
some energy.
How he's made a feature-length film. He's never wrote a script before, and like now he's pushing it to be made. That hats off to him. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
is there an art, or I presume a difficulty in, like, Bereavement probably is like a feature length film, like it should be. Is there an art in trying to condense that into a short film, to cram it all into the short film?
No, it just kind of it all depends on your budget. Like it's like if you're thinking about writing a script, you want to think about locations, you want to think about your cast, you want to think about, because you can write 1,000 scripts.
Yeah.
Where's the film?
Where's it going to be?
Where's the film? Like where's your camera crew? Where is this going to be in cinemas or what? Or is it just going to be a piece of paper?
Yeah.
Go and actually develop it into something you can actually make. Yeah. Like you can make a feature for 10 grand. You can make a feature for 4 or 5 grand. It just depends who you know and what resources you have.
And it's like knowledge as well, isn't it? Like you'd have knowledge of what, say, you went through in certain aspects of your life that you could then portray as a character within that. But there's also then potentially other characters then within the film who you have to get right. Like you have to get their knowledge right, like, don't you?
That's an interesting one. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there, because I had to cast a bereavement counsellor.
Yeah.
So I wrote the script for the character I thought was the bereavement counsellor in my head, and how I think a bereavement counsellor would talk to a client. Completely wrong. So what I did is I had to cast someone that's an expert in this. So I cast a girl called Lauren O'Neill, and she's studying in Trinity College to be a mental health nurse.
Okay.
There you go.
There we go. She knows the lingo. She knows how to talk to them. Her first time acting, incredible. Yeah. Absolutely incredible.
Was she teaching you things that you...
She rewrote the script. She rewrote the script for her character. So she gave me ideas to put on the paper. Yeah. I was like, and then even in, like when we were producing, like we were on set, we were filming, I says, right, just forget the script.
Tell me.
When I say action, just have a conversation. Don't go off the script. Just go off, like, that's your guideline, but have a conversation. Yeah.
Like, that ability to flex.
It's called improvisation.
Yeah.
It's called, like, just have a conversation. Like, you're the client, you're the counsellor, there. Your mom's died, you're trying to support him. How would you support that? How would you support it?
Yeah. I love you, man. I'm in the next one.
But, like, that is the power of the director. Yeah. The director can say, right, forget the script, just improvise. And some of the scenes, even my scenes, were improvised.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I had to rewrite stuff coming up to the last few days before we start filming. And I was like, right, I had a scene where I picked up a glass, and my brother in the film is sitting over there, and he's looking at a picture of our mom, my mom. And I walk into the kitchen, and I'm like, stirring, and I'm like, you know, I'm all over the shop, and I pick up a glass and throw it at the wall, and it breaks and goes all over his face. Now I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, even if I got a stunt coordinator in, that's difficult, because you need breakaway glass. You need health and safety, you need all that. So I was like, right, okay, we need to rewrite that. So what if I just like push him or throw him to the ground and just So that's what I did.
And it's just the thought process that you don't actually think about when you're actually watching the film at the end. You'll probably get it right and it'll probably look perfect, but there's that aspect of it where you're just thinking, right, you know, like you're mentioning, budgets change everything, you know what I mean? And, you know, the thought process behind it, to be able to shift and move and to try and keep the same, not vibe, but like anger that you were looking for in that same action, you know what I mean?
It's all emotion. You come in, if you were in a scene and you come in with a pre-made idea, you're not acting. Acting is just letting it go. Just let it go. Just feel it. Feel it in the moment. Like, and that's what acting is. Like, it's just how you're feeling in the moment. Just go with that. Like. I was in a film called Lost City, and that's out in cinemas next year. Like, Wildcard Distribution, they're distributing that. It's going to be a massive film. Like, we have Martin McCann, John Connors, Graham Early, Stephen Rea, big actors. Like,
congratulations, lad.
Thanks very much. Yeah.
Does that rub off then? Do you think, like being in those type of environments?
That brings up the level. Brings up the level of your worth and who you know you are. You know you're the dog's bollocks. You're walking into a scene with Martin McCann, like, and you're on set with John Connors and Graham Early, and like, these are good actors, like, you know what I mean? So it's like being in the same room as these people, you kind of
rubs off. And
but like, even like, I can switch it on and off. Like, I can, if the camera's on me and say action, I can switch it on. I can get into character like that. And then when they say cut, I can just I'm just keeping it. You know what I mean? And like, I've even seen some of the scenes in Lost City, and like, I don't even have to say anything. It's just the eyes, and it's just your presence. It's just you have to get it really into it, like, and I can do that, and I love it. You know,
What's the concept of Lost City?
It's a gangster. It's like gangsters fighting each other. Limerick gangsters, Belfast family just going at it, like just. I don't want to say too much.
Yeah, it's a well-known story though.
Yeah, like it's Sean Murray's the director, and he wrote a great script. Do you know what I mean? And like it's gripping and it's interesting, and like, you'll really enjoy it when it's out. Yeah.
But I guess what we do with most of the guests on the podcast when they come in, obviously we've talked present day here, and obviously that, and we like to go back as well, and I think that's just a great insight there into, you know, life now and what's happening for you right now. But there's a journey that's got you to that point.
Yeah, of course.
There's been pinnacle moments in your life, obviously, as well, that like have shaped you as well. So I think if we go back, potentially, like, we'll just start off with where you grew up and what your early life was like.
I grew up in Coolock, in Kilmore, in Dublin, and it was just me and my mum growing up. We lived in my nanny's on Ballyshannon Road, and that was nice. Like I was a happy kid. I was a happy kid. I didn't really get into trouble. I was always like looking for love and attention, and you know. But I would look for that in like different people around the family. I don't think I would have got enough of it from one person. I grew up around a lot of alcohol and alcoholism and stuff like that, not knowing what that was, or you know, I think learning about how you receive love and how you give love is like I'm learning about it at the minute, and it's important because like some kids would think, is there something wrong with me? Why am I getting the love? Like, because there's obviously alcohol going on, there's addiction in the house, or whatever. You think there's something wrong with you, but there's not actually. And then like there's, you know, you grow up, and then you'd probably, in order to be valued or loved, you'd have to get like, you'd have to be a perfectionist, you'd have to get A grades. But I wasn't like that, you know what I mean? But I looked for attention, and I probably escaped into like TV, video games, WWE. I was always a fantasy person. I always like would escape into fantasies of like, didn't want to be in reality because I knew kind of what was going on around me wasn't great. But I couldn't identify what it was. But I knew I wasn't getting the love and attention I needed, so I'd escape into WWE was a big thing, or football, or TV, or like I'd sit right up to the television so I didn't know what was going on behind me and all that. You know what I mean?
Look from afar,
Like that was. Listen, I'm not saying there was anything wrong. Do you know what I mean? But it's nice to be aware of what I was acting like as a child. You know what I mean? Then when I was 8, I moved up here. I moved up to Bettystown, Donacarney, Moranton area. My mum went into treatment for alcoholism. So I was with my auntie for 3 months. That was alright. So I changed school, changed home. Mum got out of treatment. We lived in Bettystown for a year.
What age were you at that time?
8.
Yeah. Was that registered with you? Why it was happening?
Half of me registered and half me didn't.
At 8, like you'd be delighted to go to your auntie's for a couple of weeks or something. So probably at 8 years of age, would you?
I don't know. Like I don't think it was.
You still miss your mum.
I don't think there was any like warning signs or red flags. Like Now thinking back, I remember a social worker coming to the house, coming to the apartment before my mum went to treatment. Didn't really make much recollection. They just asked me, "Is everything okay at home?" and all that. All the normal questions you'd ask if you're coming to visit the house. Like, but I didn't make any red flags of that, or like wasn't scared or fearful of that. Like, So mum got out of treatment. I was 8, and we lived in Bettystown. Then we moved to Donacarney, and she stayed sober for 7.5 years. And I was asked, was I happy? I was safe. I don't know. I was happy, but I was more safe than anything.
Content.
Yeah, I was content, but like I don't think I think I was still in like fantasy land.
Who asked you that?
A lad that I was on a podcast with. He asked me like, was I happy? Like I was like, well, I was safe.
Did you know what happy was?
No. So I didn't know didn't know what my emotions were. Do you know what I mean? So like define happy, like I don't know.
It's hard to define if you're happy when you don't know what.
Yeah, like I was looked after. Like, I was safe. Do you know what I mean? I was with my mom. Like, do you know what I mean? I was always looked after. I'd always get what I want, and you know, well fed and well looked after, cared for, loved. But then in 2016, I started picking up like smoking weed and drinking when I was like 13, 14, and then I started taking E's at 16, and I started getting into relationships and stuff like that. And I think a lot of my behaviour as a teenager tipped my mom over the edge a bit, like and she relapsed when I was 16. So she went back drinking when I was 16, and I think from 16 onwards, it was just a lot of chaos. A lot of chaos, a lot of just not knowing what I was doing. Very naive, very like, would just say yes just to keep the peace, people pleasing, you know, not standing up for myself.
Coming into adulthood as well.
Yeah.
Not knowing who you are.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But
And is that just reflection? They're just reading between the lines of your words there, a bit of reflection on yourself, where you're talking about yourself like potentially like causing your mother to relapse because of your actions, but at the same time it stems a lot deeper than that, like because the actions would have went before potentially would have led you into doing what you did. So where
of course,
no accountability on your end,
I had no accountability or awareness of what I was actually doing, the ripple effect it would have.
Similar to what your ma would have been doing before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like, and it's mad. I was only in a counselling session there today, and I was like, every 8 years, something big happens. So from 16 to 24, I was like actively using drugs. It started recreationally, and then I'd say from 18 to 23, 24, it became problematic.
Yeah.
But secondary school was all right. It wasn't great. It wasn't very academic, or it depends. Like the education system for like secondary school compared to youth reach. Youth reach is so much better for my kind of learning anyway. Like
they focus on the individual rather than focus.
They treat you like a human. They feed you. You get to wear what you want. They treat you like an adult before you become an adult. They train you to become an adult. Like you know, they don't like. They're not very like I wouldn't say they're not very strict. They could give you a bit of leeway. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to wear a uniform or nothing. Like it's a lot more like there's a lot more freedom in it. Do you know what I mean? So that suited me a lot better. I got bullied in secondary school. I wouldn't say it was severe, but it was like I was small. I was a bit mad. I was a bit like out there. I was making YouTube videos in secondary school. That's what made me kind of become an actor in a way. Like
you had the
I love the camera. Do you know what I mean? Me and cousin Matthew would recreate Anthony Deck Saturday Night Takeaway. They were my role models growing up, right? So we improvised that. We called it Keenan Matthew Saturday Night Takeaway. We put it on YouTube. And I loved it. I mean, cousin was a bit 50-50 about it. But I loved it. I was like, improvise, let's just make it up. And let's just go with it. Like, and we did, and we made a few videos and all that, and I thought it was going well. And I mean, cousin deleted all the videos off YouTube. I was sick. What'd you do that for? He's like, it's gay, it's stupid. Right, whatever. So I just kept going making my own YouTube videos. But, that obviously fell apart. Like, obviously getting into, you know, new friend groups, smoking weed, you know, hanging out in the streets, getting into relationships, all that. So yeah, from 16 to 23, 24, like it was, went from recreational to problematic behaviour. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I started taking coke till I was like 17, 18, do you know what I mean? And then from 18, it became problematic. And I was only in the counselling session, and I was like having a conversation with my 18-year-old self. And it's like my 18-year-old self wanted to run away, wanted to go to Australia, wanted to open his own barber shop. I'm a barber by trade.
All the dreams.
Like,
and doable dreams if you have the support to do it, but like, you have that support.
But like, it was a realistic goal with no direction, no pathway, no stepping stones to get to that. It was just like, I want this, and I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. How are you gonna do it? just like
No plan.
my man was always saying, "You're on the pink planet."
You're writing the script without the support of the movie.
Yeah.
It's a tough one to think about because, like, you know, you see like the early signs there, or even the YouTube videos, like the potential of something that could have been, even at an earlier age. Like, you know what I mean? If there's the right support is there, or if your cousin got
creativity was
behind
there.
it even more, like it could have went, but then it falls away, and you know, you slip into what is, you know, recreational use of drugs. Then that becomes then something more. Then, like, so you talk about, like, you know, the cocaine or whatever it is, like that you needed that extra. You know, what was it that drawed you to that then compared to say what other people around you would have been doing?
I don't think it was like me that got an idea into my head to say I'm going to try cocaine someday. I think it was just like I don't even know exactly who got me into it, but it was in front of me one day, and I just,
like you were saying, it was just
it was just a moment where
the only way
like,
some people will go to a certain drug type for, say, like a numbness or a release or like
I think it was I don't know. I think it was just the rush it gave me, the buzz it gave me. Do you know what I mean? I don't think there was any escape in it. I don't think I actually knew why I took it.
what you wanted from it.
No, I just took it. Do you know what I mean? The same with a joint. If a joint was put in front of me, I just smoke it. I wouldn't even know why I'm smoking it or what I'm doing it for. But I just like do it without even thinking about it. Do you know what I mean?
Would you have just done it without consequence or
no? Just impulsively, just kind of saying, "Oh, sure, there's no. What's the worst that could happen?"
Yeah.
You know, thinking like it's just like thinking it's like food or something. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
Weird, like. But yeah, it's like every 8 years something seemed to happen, and from 18, it got bad because I was actually free to do what I want whenever I wanted, and it was like, oh, you have to go out and get a job now. You have to go out and you know, be independent. You're an adult now. You know, nobody's going to wipe your arse and look after you.
No
one's
going to hand feed you either.
So I decided, I'll become a barber. So I was in Newreach getting 200 quid a week, and I said, right, I'm going to become a barber. So I paid for a barbering course, and I didn't put my all into it. I was so scared of rejection or like, you know, people not coming to me for haircuts, because when you're starting off, you have to give out free haircuts, and you have to get models and all that stuff, right? And I was like,
out there.
no, I'm not putting on social media and doing free haircuts because nobody will get back to me. And I was I'm so scared, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't push myself enough. But I was actually this was said to me the other day. I was like, you weren't supposed to. You weren't supposed to give it your all, because you're giving it your all now when you're doing the acting. So I was like, listen, you were getting by with the barber. You were trying to blag your way through it.
Wasn't it mad that you wouldn't put yourself out there and what you're doing now, like, and the things you've been on, or in the
I was on Oil in the end there.
Yeah, like,
weeks ago,
and then to think that you wouldn't put something up just for free haircuts.
But it's not. It's not even. It's the no response. It's like nobody must think I'm good. Or nobody wants to give me a shot. Like,
And do you suffer with that, like, anxiety of rejection? Or
not today.
No, but before,
rejection
maybe?
is a huge part of acting. You're gonna get 50 auditions. You get one of them. You get one of the jobs. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like.
Well, how did you develop that strength then?
I just stopped drinking, stopped smoking weed, stopped doing coke. Like, that was holding me back from confidence, from the ability to even make my own decisions. I was making my decisions based on what other people are doing.
Yeah,
I couldn't stand on my own 2 feet. Like, I was a puppet on strings, like, when I was under the influence of drugs. Like.
And people have that, you know, moment, or a guardian angel, or you know, something that comes to them that makes them, you know, make that decision or make that change in life. Was there a moment for you where you can remember that? I think I was away with the fairies for a long time. From 18 anyways, I was away with the fairies. And then COVID happened, lockdown happened, and I was loving life. I could laugh. Oh, this is great. This is great. Like, lockdown, the weather's great. I can just drink and do coke, smoke weed. There's no consequences. I don't have to be up for work in the morning. It's great. All my mates are doing it. It's great. They're just with the lads. So the world's ending.
Then we went back to work, and my head was melted, and I was like, still away with the fairies. Do you know what I mean? And got let go of that job, and then got a job in a warehouse, and nothing. My behaviours didn't change. I moved from Drogheda down to Coolock to live with my auntie so I could work in this warehouse. But sure, I brought me problems with me.
Yeah.
So I was still smoking weed. And then I was like, I wasn't doing as much coke, but I could do it whenever
just another way
I
to
was having
show
a drink.
fun.
Whenever I was having a drink, I was like, oh yeah, sure. Because I know myself, when I drink, I get rowdy, I get mouthy, I get like, I just get angry.
Yeah.
So in order to stop that from happening, I need coke. That was just the happy face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is great. Everything's great. I love everyone here. Like, this is great. Like, but you put a drink, like if I give like too many drinks, and I drink really fast, so I can get to that level pretty quickly. Do you know what I mean? And I just start melting off to you and like getting smart with you and like, you know, calling your names on you. For what? You haven't done anything wrong, but I'm just like,
it just gets.
I'm just getting real like.
And did that ever become like a situation where, you know, Cian became the name, or actually we don't want to be out drinking with him now because, you know, he acts that way, or did it just?
Yeah, I suppose like I suppose
you get sort of isolated away. Then, you know, we've had like other people on
Yeah,
the
like-
podcast with some similar issues where it becomes a point where, you know, people don't want to invite you to certain things anymore, or, you know, sure, we won't get him down because last time he was here, you know.
It was around.
Was the group, do you think, that you were sort of socialising with, did that just become the norm that everyone just
like,
did
to
it?
be honest, like it wouldn't even be like the fact that I get rowdy, or I just black out and I wouldn't remember, and I get told the next day what I was like, and I'd be like, that's not good.
Yeah, you don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
You know.
Nearly worse, isn't it?
Yeah, like I couldn't handle it. Do you know what I mean? And then I obviously needed coke to be able to handle it. But then like when I'm on the coke, I'm like that and all, and I'm my jaw swinging, and my mouth's glued together, and I'm like a fucking freak on the thing. Do you know what I mean? So you can't win. So like.
Then there's the cost of it as well.
Oh
and,
yeah,
you know, trying to keep up with it as well. You know?
Couldn't like never had any money. I was working in that warehouse and I was getting 500 quid a week.
Yeah.
And I was impulsively buying things that I thought I needed but I didn't need. Now I have to give rent up every week, and then I'd be buying a 50 bag of weed and having a drink on the weekend. Then sure, I'll get a 50 bag of coke with the drink, like. And then
I think about it like that, like you think about the cost of actually buying the drugs, and then you know the socialising that goes around it. But then obviously you're saying there, like then the impulse buying that comes with it as well. Like,
like
fairly.
Like I see something online. And I'm like, oh, Amazon's great. You can buy this, you can buy that, and I'm like, actually, I've no money left.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's your money go? Just bought a laptop or something. Do you need a laptop? No. Why didn't you save for it? Because I want it now.
Yeah,
I was like,
now.
I want it yesterday. I can still. I'm a lot better now. It's like if I want something, I just put money away.
You can funnel it into the right things that you need.
Exactly.
to
Like, do
actually
you know what I mean?
be
Like I can
productive.
invest in myself instead of buying something that is just I don't need.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I can invest in something that is going to better me in the future. Like I'm putting money away now for like film festivals and like going away and maybe going to Australia in a few years, because when I had the dream of going to Australia when I was 18, 19, I was away with the fairies. I couldn't save money. I couldn't hold down a job. Now I'm actually okay. I'm reliable.
You're setting goals for yourself.
Yeah. I'm independent. I can. That's why having the conversation with the 18-year-old self is like looking at him and thinking, "You're a mad bastard, but you're all right now." And these dreams that you have, I can make happen now.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the opportunity. I have the opportunity
Is
to
it
do.
important to do that? Like even as a business owner and so like that, is it important to set like actual practical, maybe even writing them down, like or practical, achievable goals that you should reach, like not just as a business but as a person?
Oh, you do at some stage, like
Of course,
you know, at the start, just like you were saying with the movie and stuff. Everything like you have to kind of go grab something first, and then. You know, when the helter-skelter kind of settles down, you're going to have to say, right, we start making something here. Like, you know what I mean? You can go at 100 mile an hour and then, you know, it can be over as quick as it started.
And that's the thing, like, I think I struggled asking for help, even in early recovery. Like, I'm 2.5 years clean. Like, I was 2.5 years clean on Tuesday, and it's like...
Well done,
Fair
It's
play.
like something you struggle with is asking for help because you think you can take it on all on your own. Do you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be able to make a film on my own. I had to ask a cameraman, "Can you do me a favor? Can you come on set and do this film with me?"
Yeah.
It's close to my heart. I had to get a sound operator and boom. I had to get actors and associate producer and like an assistant director and all. Like, and these are all favors that I pull. Like, but like these are all people that care about me and want to see me do well.
Yeah, 100%.
And not a lot of things in life are self-made. Like you already hear the name self-made or whatever it is. Like, you do like right down to, you know, like that the help from somebody that might throw you a bit of cash to do this, or
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
that lifts the, you know, the recording gear up the road. It's like those little things that help.
Yeah, cool.
You know, is the bigger picture that creates like the end goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like even putting up the GoFundMe, like that was very vulnerable for me because I had to make a video asking, telling people I'm making a film, I need your help.
Yeah.
And like I see loads of people making these videos. I need your help. You need to share this, and you need to tag this person. I'm like, I try to do that. That's something I still struggle with, is making videos for social media. I just feel like I get real messed up when I'm talking to the camera. You think I'm an actor, I think talking to a camera is great for him, like, but like being vulnerable to an audience on social media, it's just like my voice will tell me, the voice in my head will tell me, nobody wants to hear you. You sound stupid. Nobody cares, like, and it's not true because the evidence based. People do care. People actually want to hear you, but like it just takes me a while, you know what I mean? But you were asking me what's the moment that decided for me to actually turn my life around, basically. So I lost a job in January 2023 and I went off the rails. I just made a decision. Fuck that. Not working for anybody, not listening to anybody. Cian's going to do whatever he wants. So then 6 months of using coke weekly, twice weekly, could be 3 times weekly, drinking all the time. My nanny was around the corner. She was always drinking. My mom was drinking. So I always had an opportunity to either manipulate the situation to get what I want.
Yeah.
Or just take the offer of having a drink. Like. But I was going around to my nanny. She'd be like, do you want a drink? I'm like, of course, yeah. Happy days, lovely, yeah. I sit there for an hour just chatting away, watching the telly or whatever, and then you can slowly see it, like, week by week, me manipulating the situation more.
Yeah.
So I'd get me dole on the Tuesday, wouldn't give me 200 quid. I'd have 20 quid in my pocket and I'd tell me nanny I have no money. Just so she'd give me another 20 quid. So then I'd be, can nearly get a bag now, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Your plans for your day that are based around that, like,
Yeah. Like it was mad, like I'd
and they're just happy to see you come in the door and spend a bit of time with you.
No, I had different plans, like. It's horrible to think about that now, and like, to be honest, like, I thought about it, it's like, how do we make amends to that woman? That's horrible, like. How do you make amends to someone that you've manipulated to get like money for drugs? Like, just stay clean, just stay off it, stay off it.
People are forgiven though, you know what I mean?
I know, but like, to be honest, I can't go up to the woman and say, oh, I did this and I did that. Like, she wouldn't understand.
Yeah, she probably didn't even realise.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know
So
what I mean?
what I can do is I can just stay on the right track. Stay on the right track, do the next right thing, and that's making.
And you know, doing that for you is you know, it's side-handedly doing it for them as well, like, you know.
Because then she can just be proud, like, look on and be like, oh, Jesus Christ, look at them now, do you know what I mean? Like, she probably doesn't even remember me going off the rails, do you know what I mean? Like, she probably just thought, oh, he's coming around having a drink, he's loving my grandson and all that.
Yeah, bit of time spent, like,
Was there anyone in the background that was kind of pushing you to go on the straight and narrow? Was there people there, like?
Yeah, at least for them 6 months, like, people, I would have got really paranoid towards the end, thinking that people were talking about me all the time, and because I wouldn't remember what I was doing, and like, oh, I just feel embarrassed and the guilt and shame of it. It's like, oh jeez, what was I doing last night? And like, oh, like, people, they knew I looked in bits, and they were like, oh Jesus Christ, would you just ever get off it? Like, you just stop, like, you're always on it, you're always on that stuff, I'm not giving you any more stuff and all that. I'm like, you stop, I'm grand, oh blah blah blah. There's nothing wrong with me, like, you're a wanker and all that. And then it was actually one weekend in June, and I was on day 2 and I just lost it. I was then day 2, no sleep. I was like, and I was sniffing dirt, like, it was absolutely danced on it, but I kept sniffing anyway, didn't I? It was the addict, like. And I just lost it. I was like, went into my ma, I was like, I don't know, maybe there was no drink left, or I had no money or something, and she was giving out to me, and I was like, it's your fault I'm like this, and it's your fault, and everything's your fault, and the family's fault, and you're the reason I'm like this, and you're the reason I drink, and complete bullshit. I mean, I just had to blame someone, because that is a part of your addiction. Like, you're just gonna blame everyone. You're projecting everything that you feel onto other people. You didn't want to take the responsibility or accountability of it. You know what I mean? So it was like, your fault. And then I went around to my nannies, and my auntie was there, and she was like, look at the state of you. I'm like, what are you on about? There's nothing wrong with me. I've no problem. You have a problem, and I'll stop fucking giving out to me, like. And then I'd pack a bag and I'd say, I'm moving out, I'm going somewhere else. And then I'd go around to my mate's house and I was banging on the window, banging on the door, screaming all sorts. I hadn't a clue what I was saying.
Yeah.
I got told by a text message like a day or two later saying you were saying this, you were being weird, you were being a freak, and we don't want to speak to you, we don't want to hang around with you. Like you're just, I was losing everybody pretty much.
Yeah.
And I didn't give a fuck. Until that morning I woke up, I was like, right, something has to give here. I'm going to be I'm going to burn bridges with everyone, and I can't do that.
Self-destruct.
Self-sabotage, self-destruct, like not even being aware of my actions, because all I wanted to do was have a drink and do coke. And, you know, me not thinking it was a problem.
Yeah.
But everyone else thinking it was a problem, and me thinking they're the problem, having the problem with me. Like,
Yeah.
madness.
You thinking that I was literally... I'm probably not even thinking, like, no,
because
that there was no other, you know, avenue. No,
yeah, but like,
avenue.
To be honest, I wasn't getting the guards involved. I wasn't getting in trouble with the guards. I wasn't, you know, hurting people. I wasn't smashing places up. I wasn't like abusing people out. But I was just sitting in a gaff and just doing a bit of coke and
destroying
and
yourself.
Like,
really,
so my environment enabled me to think. You're not that bad.
Yeah.
You're not that bad.
Yeah.
You're not doing like a quarter of coke in front of you.
Yeah.
You're not doing 600 quid's worth in one night. You're just doing a 50 here and a 50 there, but like that's all you could afford. Remember that. So you're enabling yourself to actually keep doing this.
Yeah.
Something has to give. You're not going to stop yourself because you don't think you're that bad because it's only a 50 bag here and a 50 bag there. Right.
Doesn't be long adding up to 600.
Before someone says, "Well, I'm fed up with you. We're done." Like. And then I'm like, right, okay. So I rang up, so it was a Monday morning in June, and I rang up June 2023. I rang up a treatment centre, and I thought it was as easy as just walking in the door and saying, I'm here. I have a problem, I'm here. Sort me out. Well, yeah, like, it's not. And there's a waiting list, and there's obviously, like, there's a detox, and then there's residential and stuff. There's loads of different treatments out there. So they says you have to get referred from the HSE. So I rang up the HSE and says, right, I have a problem with coke and drink, and I'm going to stop and I'm going to go into a treatment centre. And they're like, right, okay, well, there's a different approach if you want to take this approach. And then if you do need our support later down the line, ring us back.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the Red Door Project? I was like, no, I never heard of the Red Door Project. I lived down the road from it. Like, I've never heard of it in my life.
Really?
Like, mad, like. Just how blind I was to support. So I rang them up. They were open at 2:00. I went in there at 2:00, and then I went
Strada, is it?
Strada, yeah. And then a few weeks later, I went on to the day program. They have a day program in there. They have a gym. They've CBT, group therapy. They've key working. They've.
What was that first encounter like when you went in there?
Scary.
Yeah.
Scary. I didn't know what I was walking into. Didn't know who I was walking into.
Just thinking that, yeah.
I was like shy. I was nervous. I was like. Yeah, like I have to talk about what's going on for me, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do I really even have a problem? Like how do I even get help?
Yeah, was there thoughts of that when you were sitting?
I've never actually approached anyone to say I have a problem. It's the first time any of these words have come out of my mouth, like, after years of doing it, like, thinking it's normal. It's mad, like.
It's a brave thing to go in, though. Like a lot of people won't even do that. Like that's why I was asking you, was there anybody that was holding your hand nearly going in?
That was the day everything changed. That was the day, like, I wouldn't be sitting here today if I didn't make that choice, like.
Are they government funded?
They're charity government funded, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They can get funded from the government, but they're a charity, yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing, like, and like that, like, you've places like that, like you mentioned there, that you wouldn't even know is down the road from you until you actually need that help, or you're actually directed towards it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
what you're mentioning there, unless somebody's either going to hold your hand and bring you down to it and show it to you, or you making that decision and making that phone call is, you know, a lot more than what somebody else would have done.
Itself, yeah.
And it's mad, like, because it's attraction. It's like, it's if one person gets it, it rubs off on another person, it rubs off on another person. Another person notices, oh, he looks well, he's doing well. I might take him up on that. I might take a leaf out of his book.
Yeah.
If I was hanging around with, like, 5 successful people, I'd be the 6th. If I was hanging around with, like, if I was surrounded by, like, you know, successful family members, or like even like friends and stuff like that were like in recovery, or like, you know, something like that, or into their fitness or whatever, like, I'd be like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it rubbed off.
Yeah, but I don't think I was. I was the one that kind of went. I was the one that really went downhill a lot quicker, because it was my decision. It wasn't this.
You kept
like,
yourself
for them
in that
6 months. I
situation.
was not influenced by anyone to pick up a bag of coke. I wanted to do that like consciously. So no one was like, "Do you want to go on it?" Obviously, there was a few times where people would influence me to do it, but I wouldn't say no. I'd be like, and then eventually, it slowly, gradually got to a point where I was making that decision. I was making the call. I wanted to go on it. I wanted to do the coke. I wanted to do the drinking, and I'd suffer the consequences. And I couldn't give a fuck who was sitting beside me, because I'd be in the corner there doing it myself anyway. So,
and it wasn't affecting anybody else.
No, I was happy in my little bubble.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? I mean, Annie wasn't going to say anything. Ma wasn't going to say anything. So I'm getting away with this.
It's either, you know, or like you'll see, like, you know, the solo individual, or you'll have, you know, somebody who's affecting a wife and kids and, you know, a life that they've built already. And I think it's nearly a greater feat for somebody who's solo within it to pull themselves out of it. You know what I mean? Compared to, like, you know, when you affect other people, those people will step in and try and drag you out of it before it's too late. Like, and, you know, for you to drag yourself out of it, I think is even greater feat. Like,
yeah, of course. Like, it's nobody's coming to save you. Nobody. I've tried to save people. I've tried to be like, oh, please, just get help or something. Or, you know, it doesn't work. It actually pushes you further away from that person. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you can bring the horse to water. You can't make him drink it. That's it. Like, it's like, I've learned that. That's why I don't really post on my social media about my recovery, because it's, to be honest, it's nobody's business.
You're not forcing it on people.
I'm not Mr. Recovery. I'm not an expert. I can't recover you from your addiction. I can give you help. I can help you or send you in the right direction or give you some advice on how I did it. But I can't actually take the drug or drink off you. It's
the hardest part,
And if I do, you'll go and get it somewhere else.
Yeah. And like you said, if I do, then come forward. Then.
And you're not allowed going there anyway.
I know. The worst person to fucking take.
What's the process like in Red Door then? Like, obviously from getting in, you mentioned there, obviously you have everything in there. But is there a path put in your place of like, right, you're going to go from this to this and then eventually then integrate yourself back into society? Yeah,
so it's a drop-in service at first, and you go in. If you're still using, you can go in. If you're still using drugs, if you're struggling, or if you're struggling with like family issues, or if you have a family member that's struggling, go to Red Door. They'll support you in any way they can. But if it's a harm reduction. So what I did is I went into the drop-in there, said, right, come back every Friday for 6 weeks, and we'll put you onto the day program, the CE scheme. So the CE scheme is 9:30 to 1:30, Monday to Friday. You'll integrate into fitness, boxing, CBT training, education on addiction, how the brain works, like your prefrontal cortex, all that stuff, like how you go from a thought to an action, and how to stop that from happening. So if and why. So if my girlfriend breaks up with me, I will then go and use cocaine. Now, you have to change that. You have to treat your drug like a poison. So if my girlfriend breaks up with me, my initial thought would be to go, you have to change the thought. To then, right, I'll go on a run, or I'll ring someone. Change how you're going to react to that situation. So basically, play the tape forward. That's what we do in recovery. We have to play the tape forward. Oh, right, if I go have a pint now, I know for a fact I will have no money in the morning and won't go into work tomorrow. I'll be on the bag till about 6 in the morning, and I'll be texting all sorts of people and doing all sorts of weird shit, and there we go.
It was like that, the virtue that Stephen Graham. It was like, I saw that with him, with his acting in that, like, and it was so eye-opening, you know? Just like a simple point, as you said, like, just turns into buying drinks for everyone at the bar. You know,
I'm not going for 1 point. I'd love to meet the person that has had 1 point and gone home. Love it. Love to meet that person. Because I'd be like, is there something wrong with you?
Yeah.
Be jealous, nearly.
Yeah. But it's giving you, like you said, playing it forward, playing the track forward. It's like, and you doing the gym work and the boxing and all that for it. It's actually opening up that mindset, like,
it's replacing the dopamine that you like jabbed yourself with. And replacing that with good dopamine. Do you know what I mean? Because there's so much dopamine in cocaine, like, people don't realise that. Like, that's why towards the end of my addiction, I got sick of it.
Mm.
I wasn't getting the same buzz. It was all danced on, so it wasn't as good. It wasn't as strong. It wasn't giving me the hit that I was getting a few weeks ago. I was getting sick of it, and that's actually a really bad warning sign for you to go into stronger stuff, like crack cocaine or like anything else that like tasted different or gave you a different sort of high. So like people just tend to go on to stronger drugs or stuff like that. It's dangerous.
Then coming out the other end of that then and seeing yourself then working through recovery and starting to see a different path for yourself career wise then and what you want to get into then, was there a moment then of focus for yourself to say, well, you know what, I've got this love for screenwriting and acting, and was there a moment then where, you know, you saw the door open that you could actually focus on and pursue that? Coming out the opposite
of
end
course.
of
Like the Red Door backed me all the way when it came to acting. They so basically they actually come up to you and say, right, there's actually courses you can do, and they're like, you know, like beginner courses.
Yeah.
And there was a list of courses there, and one was acting for beginners, and the other one that I was interested in was psychology. So I says, right, put my name down for acting for beginners, and it was like a 10-week course once a week. It was like £100, so I don't think it was that good. But like it was an acting course. It was like acting for beginners. Go for it, right?
This podcast is coming to you sponsored by Snickers Workwear Ireland.
Jump over to the website snickersworkwear.ie if you want to see the full range.
That fell through. That didn't actually go ahead because there wasn't enough numbers. So I said, right, there has to be a plan B. What if this doesn't go ahead? You need a plan B. I text Barry Keoghan in 2019 on Instagram, and he texted me back. And I asked him for advice, how to become an actor, how to become an inspiration. Like, you're an incredible actor. Like. And he says, thanks very much, I really appreciate that. But watch a load of films. Go to either Gate or the Bow Street. Record a scene that you like from a film and do it differently yourself. Like, act with your eyes. So I went to Bow Street in January 2024. I got accepted into Bow Street in October 2023. The Red Door funded 1/3 of that course for me if I stayed clean. If I stayed on the right track, they would fund it. They would fund 1/3 of it anyway.
Brilliant, yeah.
And that was a great incentive. And to be honest, so obviously from June I would go into the Red Door, and then December, the 29th of December 2023 was the last time I used 28th of December 2023 was the last time I picked up a drink or a drug. Same sober date as Anthony Hopkins.
Is it? Yeah,
he's 50 years sober. That's incredible.
That's mad, isn't it?
Stars align on that one.
Yeah, stars align.
Yeah.
But so from June to December, there was a few times where I was like trying to get away with it, trying to like, I put down the drink and coke and still smoke weed.
Yeah.
Thinking that would work.
Yeah.
No, it didn't work.
2 out of
Then
3.
on Halloween, I picked up coke. On the 17th of December, I picked up coke. And on the 17th of December, I swear to God, I was in work. I was supposed to be in work the next day. And I was like up all night, no sleep at all, sitting at my kitchen table, knowing I have to go into work. And I was like, well, I'll just take the day off. And I was like, no, because then you might lose your job. Oh no, right? So you're gonna have to go into work, but you're in bits, you're hanging together, you're gonna fall asleep, cut someone's hair. Like, what? What's going on? Oh, I have an idea. Why don't you just kill yourself?
Right.
Just
From one that.
no. Sure.
From that to that,
you can't not go in because you lose the job. But if you go in, you're in bits. Like, what do you know what? Just kill yourself.
Done.
Don't want to make that decision. Right, so like, you'd think that was the last time I'd pick up a drug, right? Because I had that fucking thought. No. It was so weird. The 28th of December, I think I was only home from a meeting. It was only after Christmas. And I was only home from a meeting, I think. And I came home and I was ordering a Chinese and watching a movie. And I was like, I feel great. But I had no cigarettes. I had no cigarettes. I had to go to the shop to buy cigarettes. And this is so weird. Like, why would this even pop into my head? I haven't a clue. But I knew for a fact, if I left the house to go get cigarettes, I wasn't just getting cigarettes. And that was so strange.
It's
so strange. Because I was like actually happy being on the right track.
Yeah. And as soon as you had to leave.
As soon as I left the house, I was like, I'm on the hunt.
I'm on the
hunt. And I was actually leaving the estate and I seen someone getting off the bus and I pulled him and I says, can you get me cocaine? He was like, wait, what? I'm just going over here to smoke a few joints. I was like, yeah, I don't care what you're doing. I just want to know, can you get me cocaine? I was like, I don't know. So right, well, you find out and you let me know. I'll be over in a few minutes. I was like stubborn as fuck.
Blessed.
Like, what's going on in this brain? Like, something's taken over.
Yeah.
It's on a great one. Like, I'm going to get myself cigarettes and a bag of cocaine. Like, sorry,
No rhyme or reason.
it doesn't
Yeah.
add up. It doesn't add up. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, that was the last time I ever picked it up. And I even had, I felt good. I had money in my pocket, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll pay for it. Here's 200 quid. I want to get a load of it. Just last hurrah. And it obviously was the last hurrah. If I just wanted to just go off on a high.
Yeah.
Yeah, as they say.
It doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
But I went off on a high, I suppose. So yeah, I went on it that night, and I to be honest, right, well, waking up the next day, I didn't have the thought in my head that was the last time. I didn't actually say to myself, "Sure, that's the last time I'm ever going to do that."
Yeah.
I didn't actually have a strong connection with that thought.
Yeah.
But it stuck. Because I did an acting course in the January, so that actually went on for 6 months, twice a week, and that was filling me my cup with so
What
much
you
good
needed,
stuff.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It was actually the New Year's Eve, and the lads were asking me to go out, and the lads were like, come on, go out. It's New Year's Eve. Come on, just one last time and all this. So lads, I'm not waking up in a brand new year in bits. I'm sorry, but I'm not waking up in a brand new year when people decide new year, new me.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna make a new me, and I have, like, do you know what I mean? So New Year's Eve was an opportunity to continue that cycle, and I didn't. I just said, right, go enjoy it, and I'm done. I actually woke up on New Year's Day that year, I think, at like 5 a.m, went on a walk, was writing, was reading, just, you know.
Yeah, in a good
really,
space.
because I had already attempted to try and change my mindset with the Red Door leading up to that date. I already knew how to, I already had some tools.
The tools
to
were
use.
there, yeah.
So I just started using them, and I was like, right, I'm looking forward to this course now. Happy days. It starts in a few weeks, right? Lovely. So then I started Bow Street, and that kept me going. That kept the fire lighting inside me. I didn't need drink or drugs anymore. I knew. I found me calling, found me passion. This was it.
Yeah.
I'm never going to use drink or drugs again, because I will be an actor, and this is what I've always wanted to do. My younger self is clapping.
Yeah.
My younger self is chuffed.
Back to your YouTube days.
So that is pretty much how it all came about. Now, I've had some shit days, and I've had some good days, and I've had some scares, and I've had some triggers, and I've had breakups, and I've had, I've had my mum dying, obviously, you know what I mean? I didn't even think of using a drug or a drink when my mum died. But when I went through a breakup in March, that was scary. That was, don't know why. I think it was the grief process kicking in again.
Yeah.
It's like losing my mum all over again. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's weird. Like, I didn't even think about using a drink or drug when my mum died.
Does be like the straw that breaks the camel's back and something. You do soak that up, don't you, for so long, and then it's only something else then that sort of.
It's like I'm on the edge, but something has to tip you over the edge.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't used a drug or drink. I've thought in March I did think about it, and I was like close, So I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
The guilt and shame.
Yeah.
Because I caused for that relationship to break up. But yeah, it really got to me. It really got to my head. Like, I was going through so much emotional pain, and when I'm going through emotional pain, I want something physical to take away that emotional pain. So I'll consider like putting my head through glass, or like burning myself with something, or like because I want physical pain to take away the emotional pain.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel this. I don't want to feel this up here, so I just need something like someone punch me or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take my mind off it.
So your mother's passing then, that's the catalyst then towards bereavement.
Yeah, that was, so I lost my man to suicide in July 2025, sorry. 25th of July, I came home from Galway Film Festival on the 11th of July, or the 12th, and then she went into hospital on the 14th. Yeah. So I came home from Galway Film Festival thinking everything was all right. I knew she had a drink that weekend, and she was trying to get sober because she seen me doing well. So she was trying to get sober. She was going to meetings. She was going to Red Door. She was really trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she struggles with depression and menopause and stuff like that. So like it's a lot harder for her. The older you get it, the harder it is.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
You're dealing with like a lot of trauma.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So she struggled. I knew she had a drink over the weekend. I knew she felt so shit over it. And I felt shit over it. Whenever my mom had a drink, I'd always shut down. I'd always like shut down or not speak or not stand up for myself or not conflict. Conflict and confrontation, I still struggle with. I shut down. I still shut down because it just stems from childhood.
Oh.
You know, how you felt when you were in conflict or confrontation or when or something wasn't sitting with you, but you couldn't speak about it. That still haunts me today. I still have to work on that stuff. So, obviously, I came home from Galway Film Festival and my mum was in bed and I was like, right, good night. And then I woke up in the morning, I went to work and I knocked into her and she was like, oh yeah, have a great day. See you later. Have a good day in work. Bye-bye.
No, I'm all in, yeah.
No, morning. That's how everything was going on. You know what I mean? Like, I got a good response from her. Like, she was asleep. She gave me a good response. Like, have a good day. See you later. Grand, happy day. So, went to work. Finished work at 7. Had a meeting at 8. Went to a meeting. Got picked up from the ex-girlfriend. We went back out to my house, and I found my mum over by the washing machine. And I was like, well, what's she done over by the washing machine? Like, it's like she was on loop. Like, she was like, had her hand in the washing machine taken out, had her hand in the washing machine taken out. I was like, what's going on? Like, and I went over beside her, and half her hair was missing. And that's it. I know it's a bit graphic for the podcast, but that's just what happened. Like, I feel like she attempted an overdose, taken a load of painkillers, lost consciousness, fell on the ground. The dog was trying to wake her up, and was trying to like wake her up. So
Never
pull at her, and, you know, trying to get her to come around. Like, and obviously tore her hair off. My mum didn't even know. She was like completely wiped, gone. Like she was conscious.
Yeah, I was going to say.
She wiped, do you know what I mean? She hadn't a clue what was going on around her. Like, but it's weird because I rang the ambulance. So I rang an ambulance as soon as I went there and put her in a chair. She was like, make me a roadie, will you? So I made a roadie, I handed it to her, she just dropped it, and I handed it to her again, she dropped it. I was like, okay, you're not smoking, no. Why did I even do that? And then she was able to tell me, she was able to tell the paramedic on the other end of the phone how many tablets she took, when her last drink was. Like,
what's going on here? Yeah.
What's going on? But that was her trying to basically help me understand the situation. So she was actually trying to calm me down, as a mother would. So when this is just a normal reaction from a mother to her son, it's mad. So it's like, that was a blessing in disguise because, and that's only after clicking with me there, because I didn't actually understand how she was able to tell.
Was able to rhyme that off.
Do you know what I mean?
So you didn't have, you weren't left with the burden of it. Yeah.
So she did that for me, she didn't.
Yeah.
Mad. So yeah, she went off in the ambulance, and it was funny because she was telling me to get the dog out of the washing machine, but like she was obviously just hallucinating or something, because like she obviously, I think that's why she was at the washing machine. She thought the dog was in the washing machine. And I was like, I was just laughing, and I wouldn't give her a smoke, and she was calling me a cunt and a bollocks, and all. I was like, yeah, okay, that's great, yeah, I know I'm a bollocks. So I was trying to make humour out of this.
Yeah, trying to lighten the situation.
You know what I mean? And like she was an incredible woman. She was on Countdown twice, the TV show Countdown.
Was she? Yeah.
2004, 2014. She loved her crosswords. She loved Scrabble. She loved baking. She was a great cook. So many good things, do you know? She was a great mother, do you know what I mean? Like, she just had her struggles, like.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I think we all have our struggles, like. We just have different demons, like.
Yeah, everyone has their own shit. Everyone else has their own shit.
But yeah, it's coming up to our 1 year anniversary, and like, you know, I've actually dealt with the grief quite well, you know. Like, I think people have this premonition of what grief should be. Like, there should be tears and anger and losing your shit. Like, it can be happiness and laughter as well.
Reflection, and
it can be success. It can be growth. That's what grief can be for people. It doesn't have to be sadness and anger and flip the table and smash the house up. It can be just sit down and have a chat. Like, just ring someone, or go for a walk, or go run as fast as you can, as far as you can. Yeah, go to the gym for 3 hours if you want. Like, pull a muscle if you have to.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't have to be anger and sadness, like, and you know, hitting the bottle or hitting the bag, and you know, there's different ways to grieve. I think people are just so conditioned to grieve in a traumatic way.
Yeah, 100%.
Everyone's grief is different, and I know it's going to hit me at different stages, and it's going
in
to
different ways.
it's probably hitting me right now, talking about it and going to counselling and things coming up for me and having a conversation with my younger self and all that stuff. This is probably a grief process, but I'm probably also grieving like the people that used to be in my life that aren't in my life today. Not just my mom, like, and then things I used to do that I don't do anymore, and like just the past. You know, this week is bringing up a few things for me with the past and people that I used to talk to, I don't talk to anymore, and how things used to be and they're not now, like, you know. But I still have to just be okay with that. I'm accepting that, and that's okay. Like,
Yes,
it's okay to be sad. You know, it's okay to be sad.
You've got a life to live, and you've got, you know, a journey ahead of you now, which is, I think that's a great positive message, even just to end on there. Like, it's just, you know, don't focus so much on the negative aspects of any situation. Like, I mean, that there is positive
to come from bad
things, you know.
Just take a minute and just breathe, or like just write down what's going on in your head right now, because you might not like what's going on in your head. You might just run to whatever takes that away. Do you know what I mean? I was gonna say something there. Yeah, journaling helped me a lot when I was, you know, in early recovery and stuff like that. Like, just writing stuff down, like what time I woke up at, or like what I'm gonna do for the day. It just kept me in check and stuff like that, you know.
That's what I was saying there. Like, even before, it's just like getting something down on paper, getting goals ahead of you. You know, if it's in recovery or if it's in
especially
life goals,
that way, like, you can look back like maybe a month ago and you had a hard time, and you can say, well, that's what I did that day, and that's how I got myself over. Maybe I'll try that again, or do it a little bit different.
like journaling, it's not all, like, even the goals that I was talking about before, it's not all about like the future. It's about
it's not successful things. It's just about things that keep you ticking over sometimes. You know,
you can actually revise on what's happened in life. You know what I mean, and take different aspects of that to maybe develop this decision that I'm going to make for this situation. You know what I mean? That might, you know, take it in a different direction that potentially would have taken it in the negative way. You know what I mean?
It's mad because like I've like 3 A5 notebooks at home, and I've filled them from front to back, and it's like from when I started the journey to like turn my life around, to get off drinking drugs, like every single day I just make an entry, or like 2 entries or 3 entries from the minute I wake up, like, and I still do it to this day. I don't do it as often, but it's like that foundation. I can look back on that, and like, if like 10 years time I want to write a book about my life, I know I have loads of
material,
loads of material.
It's a playbook.
Like, it's mad, right? So I had to touch on something about Ireland AM. I was on Ireland AM, and you think I was on like cloud 9 coming off air. You think like, oh, I feel great, or like, you know, I'm the business and I'm the dog's bollocks. Oh, look at me, I'm on Ireland AM. Like, it wasn't like that at all. Actually, it was actually quite humbling, because I got hit with a lot of negative stuff, like the people I've hurt, the people I've lost, you know, things that aren't in my life today, and that's quite humbling, because, you know, my head can go off with it, and my head can just go like, look at me on the dog's bollocks, man, or in the yo.
Yeah,
I'm so happy that happened, because it brought me down a peg or two, and I was able to just go about my day but no, just waddle about, just say, right, I just was on Ireland AM like it was nothing. But it was huge for me. I'm proud of myself. I'm extremely proud of myself for where I am today. I have extremely high self-worth. And that's really important for me. Like, and it's only came to kind of reality how highly I think of myself in the last few weeks to months, like since making the film, like, and stuff like that, and been able to really push myself. You know, you don't know. I'd always like, something with the actor brain is always thinking, should I be doing more, or have I done enough? Or no, I'm doing too much, or like, you know what I mean? I'm always...
That sounds like the complete opposite of what you were when you were. you know, getting to that point. Like,
Yeah.
It's the best gift you can give yourself. Like, it's just the opportunity to push yourself, because, you know, there could have been a stage there where you didn't even have the opportunity to do that for yourself or be around to even do that. You know what I mean? So I guess it's just being thankful.
Pressure is a privilege, isn't it?
That's it. Like, it's so important to focus on one thing at a time, because I went on for years just getting like I have interest in this, and then I'll half-arse this and go on to that, and then I'll half do this and do that. Matthew McConaughey says, don't half-arse it.
Yeah.
Just don't half-arse it. Like, if I'm going to make sure I'm going to make it, and I'm going to make sure it's complete, ready to view, people are in watching it, it's going to festivals, I'm going to try and win a few awards, and then give it 6 months, and then I'll crack on with another project. My next project is going to be a documentary about people who are growing up like in 20s, 30s, 40s, who actually did grow up in a household that had addiction in it or alcoholism, and how that affects them as adults. Because I think a lot of adults nowadays aren't aware of why they act how they act, or why their emotions aren't, you know, why they can't deal with certain things, like conflict and confrontation, or, you know, why they shut down, or why they're quiet or shy, or, you know, it's like, what does that stem from? So I kind of want to get deeper into like your trauma, like, you know, without stigmatizing. Oh, you grew up in a household with addiction. Like,
it's humanizing the people that would have, you know, potentially had that trauma define decisions in their life, or define the position that they're in now in their life, making them actually self-reflect as well, like, on those thoughts, and then allowing other people to see and hear what's actually going on behind closed doors or inside somebody's brain, you know?
Of course, because people can actually just pretend like nothing's going on at home, or like, you know, I'm fine. Oh, my parents are great, or my grandparents are great, or like,
put a mask on.
You know, they can actually paint a picture that, like, you know, especially like, I've no experience of this directly, but like domestic abuse at home, like, people can like say, oh, life at home's great, when actually there's a lot of violence at home. And
you leave that front door and you're acting every day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that catches up with you. That sits with you. Like, it actually sits at the bottom of your stomach, and you just walk around with that for the whole day. Like, and it's painful, to be honest. Like.
You're lying to yourself, like, you're not being honest to yourself.
And that's why you escape into unhealthy behaviours, because it actually takes you away from the chaos at home, or the chaos like at work, or like, you know, the chaos in your relationship or your marriage or stuff like that. And then, oh sure, I need to go for a pint. My head's melted. But your head's melted, right? Run away, and then come back, and it'll be 10 times worse.
Yeah, come here to me now when you're up at the IFTAs now next year. Will you jump back on with us?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
legend.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Anyway.
What's the final question that we ask? The hardest one.
The most difficult question. We have a Spotify playlist for this season, and every guest gets to pick a tune of choice. So, what would your go-to song be? What are you listening to lately?
My man always loved David Gray, so I'm listening to a lot of David Gray. I'm listening to a lot of Kings of Leon.
Agent for David Gray.
Yeah,
David
Please
Gray,
Forgive Me. David Gray.
Nice.
Cracker.
Daily.
My favourite one.
Love
Daily.
that.
Yeah.
Daily.
Absolute legend.
Thanks,
Looking
mate.
forward to the short film when it comes out. Bereavement. Everybody keep an eye out for it. I'm sure you'll have it on your socials.
Have on the
We'll give it a push as soon as we know the date.
Lovely stuff. Happy
Legend,
days.
Kane. Cheers, man.
Cheers,
so
Ian.
much.
Cheers, man.
Fair play, that. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Right, that's it. Season 10, episode 2 in the can. What an episode. Massive shout out to Cian Doyle for joining us on the podcast. Another good one, Key.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to see what comes from Cian in the future. Fair play to him.
Yeah, massive shout out again to our main sponsor, Snickers Workwear Ireland, and to N2 Electrical here in Ashbourne for housing the podcast.
Yeah, see you on the next one.
Take it easy.